Now we're gonna base coat our guy with Caliban green. Here we go. So nothing fancy because we don't want to use that much of the Caliban green at the end. It's really for shadows, and black would probably be too dark because then people would look at our salamanders and go, oh, nice dark angels, and Lord knows we don't want that. Now we can go a little bit faster here. Trying to pace myself because it's a new airbrush, but really this guy will cover our model in half a second if we let it. Whew. Holy Jesus. So you can see I'm focusing on the bottom part because that's where I want the green to remain, right? The top part, it's not that important that we get the Caliban green because that's going to be that's going to receive at least 2 other coats, right? So alright, that's cool. So not a lot of black showing through, and then somebody looks at it, he's gonna go, that's a nice dark angel you got so far, but that's okay. That's where we stand. At least now we know. And now we are gonna hit our guy with Warpstone Glow. Warpstone. This is the salamander color. This is the nice one. Tell you what. So now we are off to the races. So we're gonna do the classic. We're gonna start straight from the top, and then we're gonna give it like a slight angle, and then turn our guy around, just to give it like a good highlight. So we're going to start with the zenithal highlight here, and we're going to build it up slowly. I'm not going like super crazy with it, because if we're going crazy with it, what it's going to do is going to be it's going to remove all of the like blending. Basically, it's going to be patches of Warpstone Glow, patches of Caliban green showing through, and that's going to be it. And we don't want that. So just gonna spray this and man, okay. Alright, so now we can do this like basically as much as we want, or almost. So we're just going to focus on a couple of areas that we want more highlights on, but I think that's pretty freaking good. So now if we look from the bottom, it's kind of dark, and then from the top it's like hoo-wee. Our next color in this lineup would be Mood Green, and Mood Green is like super aggressive. Like Mood Green is like hoo-wee. If you thought that was bright green, meet my friend Mood range of green. Now, so now this one almost exclusively from the top, and we're going to very light. Okay, we should never see like this color fully on our model at this stage. We should just blend it with whatever's on there. Nothing should be like flat Mood green. Okay. Alright, so now, oh, look at that. Oh yeah, this is exactly what we were after. A freaking bright green. So now we're going to save this color because we can add extra highlights with this. So we're going to save it on our little palette. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to do black. Oh no, wait, that's not through. We're going to do the highlights because now we get to we get to use the last color that we airbrush, so that almost entirely Mood Green, but not quite. We're going to use this to add edge highlights to our bright green. That'll make it extra crisp. So you don't end up really like saving time, because the goal is to spend the same amount of time on your model, but because you save time on one technique, you get to do extra techniques and make your model look extra nice. So I don't want to add too much here. I just want to make sure that we get crisp details. Pop even more. So I dig that. So this little part here as well. And I think we're good to go here. Yeah, let's move on. All of the top of the backpack on them is black. Maybe that's what we do. Okay. So we can start by doing the inside of the shoulder plates. That's the other area that's... So for black, we have a lot of areas to cover. So we'll do the inside of both shoulder pads, one knee pad at least, all of the joints and cables and whatnot. And then according to this... according to the super official scheme, we have to do the entire backpack. We also would do the the face if he was helmetless, because that's the color of salamanders. They're like ash black with red eyes. But our dude has a helmet because safety first. About this, I think it's a weird. I think it's a weird thing that the whole backpack is black, but apparently that's how they roll. So now what I want to do here is just make sure that the black is like extra smooth and there's no grain showing through. Because unlike a lot of the things that we do, we're not going to use a green. We're not going to use a green color to highlight the black, which we do sometimes. We did it on some Eldars. We did it on stream a couple of times, but not today, folks. We're going to use Balthazar Gold. I feel like we use the Retributor armor a lot on the stream, so switch it up a little bit. So now extra careful next to the green and the black, but we don't, the rest of the gun, for example, we don't really care. But then we have the little eagle here. Let's do that one. That little eagle. Ooh. Now let's move into the black, and we're gonna highlight the black with, well, you can't see, but it says Dark Reaper on there. So we're gonna highlight this, and then we're gonna come back with a black shade, so null oil at the very end, just to make sure that we did not go too overboard with the washing, with the highlighting, sorry. So we're going to do the same thing on these little plates here. So we're going to do exactly what we did on the knee. I'm going to sort of highlight towards the top, like almost like a zenithal type of highlight. So the more you thin down your paint, the smoother it's gonna be, but the more coats you're gonna need to get like something decent. Well, let's do the silver first, because then we can do silver and then shade both the black and the silver at the same time with null oil. So it's not worth it to lose time here trying to make every step perfect, as long as by the end of the steps, then it's perfect. Like so, and then the bottom part here, yep, bottom part. Like so. This is hard hard spot to show you guys. I mean, okay. Okay. I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Don't, if you promise not to tell anybody, okay? You see here inside there in the helmet, there's like little tubes. We're not gonna paint those. You probably should, but we're not gonna, because they are inside the little collar and everything, and our head is like glued on there, so it's not worth it. It is not worth it right now. You can paint them, and if you are a much braver person than I am, if you do, congratulations. But I don't think it's worth. Like this is another thing of like adding this in like black or silver. Is it gonna add that much to the mini? Probably not. Probably not. But if we mess up, it's gonna take up like an insane amount of time, and we're likely to mess up because that part is like in a bad place. You know, it's the restaurant table right next to the shitter. It's a bad place. You don't want to be there. Okay, but also I think the camera or the lighting or whatever we're doing right now, it's fucking working because this we can see like everything. It's pretty. So we're gonna do pouches in brown. So Rhinox hide here. Oops. It's like it's wet. Okay. The non-oil is gonna kind of work its little magic. We want to go somewhat heavy, but we also want to be careful not to hit the green. So this is like reverse golf, okay? This is a really good army painting technique, right? Like you don't want to paint only one marine, you want to paint like the full battle company or whatever. So now we're gonna add skeleton bone to this. So nothing crazy, and then we'll do the red. So the red is kind of the same thing here, but for salamanders, because there's like flames and stuff, we get to cheat a little bit more with the red. So and let's just mimic our little flame here, because I've seen that little flame before. I'll tell you what. Well, look at that. So you get like a little flame. So we're gonna use a flash gets yellow. This is the one yellow to rule them all. This is the best one ever. Well, let's start with the eyes. There we go. I think it adds something interesting to it. So we can just add like something like this. So the base that I've picked is this one here. It's just a pretty plain rock base. I think any light base works really great with this guy. Almost anything actually works with this. I like light. I think it works good. Now we're gonna position the little tuft somewhere that's not in the way, but not in the way, but in the way type of thing. Just showcases the marine even more. Now we could try to hide the like overlapping grains of sand here, but we're just gonna accept that this was a crappy made base and roll with it. Like so. Gonna clean this guy up. And then we're gonna put our little dude back on there. That's right, you go in there. That's right, you go in there, Sally buddy. And look at that. Booyah.